light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up, shoe shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up, shoe shine, do your thing. Light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid. Yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Let's face it, you bout to get a beat down. Less talking, let's take it to the streets now. Ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight? Touchdown on sight, yeah. Turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin'. Go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up, shoe shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up, shoe shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for a special Shoe Shine Sports Edition Thursday night show. Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. I hope you guys are having a splendid evening. Philly Irish True Evo will be with us shortly. Paul M. first up in the building. Appreciate you, Paul. How are things going in the Bay? San Francisco 49ers get their first season home game in Santa Clara, and wouldn't you know it? Oh, guys, part of me, after close to 3 years now, I'm starting to miss the Bay Area a little bit. I'm starting to miss home. Got a call from my mom and my stepdad today. My folks are in Boston celebrating my stepdad's birthday. Shout out to my stepdad. Saludos to everybody. Fonzie619 in the building. He was here celebrating the Chargers win against the Las Vegas Raiders Monday Night Football game. Great to see SB as always, guys. We're going to do a little bit football, a little bit boxing. Looks like Drew's ready to join us. Let me get Drew up here on the screen. All right, here, assign him to guest number one. The man of the hour, Philly Irish Drew Evo. I cannot stress how important it is to tell you that my wife and I are rooting for the Eagles this weekend. Absolutely rooting for the Eagles. I saw your game. I was very pleased to see you put Patrick Mahomes, in a position where they are 0-2 to start the season. The Chiefs, some of y'all call them the Queeps in this chat. I've seen it. I've seen the Queeps in this chat. Well, they really are playing quite awful. So, Saludos SB says, Chargers all the way. They got a great team, guys. And it's easy for me to root for the Chargers as well because, well, they got my old coach, right? They got Mr. Stanford himself wearing the khakis out there. Herbert's playing fantastic. They made easy work of the Las Vegas Raiders this past Monday night. And it still had a buzz, Drew. We still had a buzz in Las Vegas over the Canelo fight weekend. Lots of fallout from that, Drew. Let me just quickly show you guys, Drew, while you drink that. I'm going to show everybody here. I got my my Twitter account loaded, and I got some videos here to share with you guys. This was, and I wonder who was at this party. I wonder which one of you guys was at this party. How do I get this down here lower? Come on. This is funny. I wish it was like a StreamYard. It's a lot easier. But let's see. That might be...
And the force of the punches. That's what I'm looking for early. How does Crawford react to the force of Canelo Alvarez's punches, especially...
Drew, Circa Casino. Look at that. They were charging $125 to attend the swimming pool party to watch Canelo Alvarez on the rooftop. Quite amazing. Quite amazing. Good to have you, Drew. How you feeling about your Eagles?
I'm feeling great. I had to eat something. I'm fucking starving.
Well, you know what? Why don't you finish that sandwich, guys? Because I wanted to share this with you. This is a good fight weekend for if you're a fan of the Fundoras. She's going to be fighting Gabriela Fundora, the undisputed youngest women's champion in the world. This is her last-minute replacement, a fighter by the name of Kubicki from Edmonton, Canada. She said, wow, let's get to Oscars, because Oscar had his clapback Thursday. And it was lit. By the way, there's Turkey and Dana. And here it is. While Drew eats a little bit of his sandwich, let's get a load of what Oscar had to say.
It makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so. I told you. I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the fuck was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy.
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your shit about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse.
Older and smaller, because I have to do commentary or I'll get a copyright strike, guys. 38-year-old Crawford outboxed, outschooled Canelo Alvarez. He was looking pretty old. Paul, I think you said that you had picked Crawford. I didn't get to see you say that in the chat, but congratulations if you wagered money on that.
Here, look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some fucking respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford.
Okay, Drew. There's a long list of champions. I have to disagree with him here, guys, because Canelo has fought over 20 world champions. Those are the 3 guys who have beat Canelo, and all of them legendary. I mean, Bivol is still fighting, and Crawford is probably going to retire soon, but nothing to be embarrassed there.
And they all toyed with him. Even Mayweather knew Crawford was going to school him.
Thank you.
He put $50,000 on Crawford to win. And as far
Y'all see that? Mr. Floyd Mayweather gambles at Circa. I wonder which Circa he went to, because there is a Circa Sports, Drew, right down the street from me, not too far at the Silverton Casino. Silverton is, the sports book is operated by Circa Sports.
far as the undercard, Jesus Christmas. I feel bad for Turkey, wasting all that money. You have to fire your matchmakers, Turkey.
You're fired.
It was the biggest fight of the decade, and your matchmakers, not you, your matchmakers,
What are those guys?
put on that undercard? You paid all that money and had the biggest stage in boxing on Netflix, and that is really the best they could do?
Fonzie says 20 world champions that were over the hill. He has been world champion, Canelo, for 2,556 consecutive days up until this weekend. Man, throwing shade at him.
If I was matchmaking, I would have put Shiraz versus Benavidez as a co-main event.
First of all, Benavidez has moved up, Oscar. He's moved up to light heavyweight. You know that. And Shiraz just moved up to super middleweight. I like the fight if Benavidez was at 168. The Christian and Billy fight was fantastic. Was it not, Drew? Christian and Billy versus Lester Martinez. That should have been the co-main. Bohacek should have been on the main card. And if you wanted to, you could have had Fernando Vargas versus Caleb Walsh at the beginning. But that was not good matchmaking.
With the winner fighting the winner of Canelo Crawford next.
Thank you.
That's how you promote. That's how you matchmake.
You're a goddamn genius.
Now, speaking of poor promotion, Dana White didn't have his best week. His t-shirt shrank smaller every minute, especially when he was questioned about his attempt to amend the Muhammad Ali Act.
Why then do you want to make sweeping changes to the Muhammad Ali Reform Act that is meant to protect fighters, to bring about a business model that currently has your company already paid out $375 million in antitrust lawsuits and has 2 potential pending class action lawsuits on the way as well?
You see people cheering, guys. You see people cheering at this press conference. I wanted to go. I was supposed to go. Unfortunately, I was still having side effects from that surgery 3 weeks ago. I'm doing a lot better, by the way. Drew, a lot of hate coming at Sean Zettel from people that I like, people that I respect in the business and industry, and some people showing strong support, and some fans on Twitter, social media, boxing Twitter, still showing support for Sean as being the only real one. What does Drew think? Was this a publicity stunt? Was this a clickbait, click farm engagement, or what they call it? What do you think, Drew? Did he do the right thing for boxing fans standing up for the sport? Or was this just all about Sean Zettel?
No, he said the right things. Asked the right questions and everything. Like, took it out. Sheik is trying to ruin boxing in America. So is Dana White. And everything that he's trying to make sure he don't have to pay fighters a lot of money like his fighters in the UFC because that's more money in his pocket. He's being a little selfish.
All right. Well,
And,
I'm glad to ask you. Uh-huh.
And like, Fonzie, happy birthday, but I'm going to say something. We gave up less points than the Chiefs, than the Chargers did. And tell you the truth, if that blown coverage by Blankenship didn't happen, we only would have gave up 10 points in Arrowhead Stadium. We only, let me tell you something. We played a better defensive game against the Chiefs in Arrowhead than the Chargers did technically when they were a home game.
Well, Drew,
I'm going to say this right now. Every time we go to LA to play the Chargers, we rip their ass, and it's another home game for the Eagles because that whole city, that whole stadium is taken over by the Eagles fans.
Sheesh.
Well, this is obviously a long discussion.
Dana, my follow-up is, if TKO can't make those changes to the Ali Act, will you still invest in the sport of boxing? Will you compete in the market?
Good question.
Listen, if you want to be an asshole, let's do it in private and we can do an interview.
So you're saying this reporter's an asshole because he's asking you a legitimate question?
Yo, fuck that dude.
You know what, Drew? I like this clapback, man. It's got a little ting of Drew Evo. It's got that Drew Evo attitude. But he did it. He called Sean Zettel, a reporter who is a Boxing Writers Association of America writer. He gets to choose who gets into the Boxing Hall of Fame. He's not just an asshole. He's legitimately a hardworking guy in the business that lives right here in Las Vegas and also does reporting for the Las Vegas Raiders, guys. He's not some, he's not a YouTuber like me, even though he does have a YouTube channel.
That's because the Muhammad Ali Act protects fighters, and TKO needs it to change so they can fuck fighters over. Sorry, Uncle Fester. You can't muzzle the boxing media like you do in the UFC.
That's right.
And after this debacle, he decided to skip the undercard and shows up in the beginning of the main event where he's just watching the UFC on his phone the entire time.
I didn't know that.
I wonder if he regrets abandoning the UFC for a sport that doesn't want him.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like having a loyal girlfriend and ditching her for a hot one-night stand who ghosts you. You're left with nothing. And you go home with a hairy palm. That's Dana White.
Come on, beat her.
That's
And
vicious.
to make matters worse, for the entire promotion, you have the ultimate douchebag.
Douchebag of the year.
Richard Schaefer trying to weasel his way back into an industry where he's been canned by everyone, including myself.
This was very interesting, Drew. I've had several people reach out to me today about this Richard Schaefer news. It's being reported that Richard Schaefer, who was once the CEO of Golden Boy, this was the guy, a Swiss banker, a finance expert from Europe for a Swiss bank, who came and helped Oscar De La Hoya buy Golden Boy or set it up in 2000 something. 15 years later, they end up in court. It's a very long story. Go out and research it, guys. But it had a lot to do with Al Heyman, PBC, and Schaefer kind of behind Oscar's back, setting up deals for PBC fighters, now PBC fighters, to fight on Golden Boy cards. It was really, it's a big shady mess. And now, apparently, Richard Schaefer is back as the main advisor or business advisor for Canelo, Drew. And I'm reading and hearing that he straight up just did not allow people he did not like to come to the table to interview Canelo on that whole press week. So there was a lot of shady shit that happened to actual boxing reporters, not just from Turkey, Turkey choosing who he wanted to be part of that, but also Richard Schaefer not allowing access to Canelo Alvarez. So Oscar's really upset at Richard Schaefer.
Fight Oracle reported that Schaefer's douchebaggery annoyed everyone the entire week as he tried to insert himself everywhere he wasn't wanted and reminded us all that everything this guy touches turns to shit.
Wow. I think that's all for today. There's 50 seconds left, guys. Richard Schaefer and Oscar De La Hoya back at it again. I don't know where this is going to end, but Drew, it seems a lot of people weren't too happy with Richard Schaefer. You see him on all the pictures with Canelo this week with the presence that he had on the big fight week. In case you're wondering, Drew, There's 2 fights left on that contract with Turki Al Sheikh. Those are the proposed dates. How do you end this incredible career? For me, I think it was an incredible career.
Here's the thing. Did you see where the 2 fights are going to be at?
Well, according to this, it says Saudi Arabia on both of them, and we already had one on Cinco de Mayo. It was awful, bro. It was nobody there.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Why are you taking the biggest attraction of American boxing? Yes, he is Mexican, but he's still a big attraction to American boxing, to North America, to Saudi Arabia for potentially his last 2 fights of his career.
Hey, I know you got to make money. Listen, there's a great fight opportunity. Chris Eubanks Jr. is going to fight Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn gets past him again. I just think he's too small. I don't know why Conor Benn is taking it. I think Canelo needs to go to the UK and fight somebody that he can actually beat and make a lot of money at the gate. He's never brought the Canelo show to the UK. And this is a fight that he can do in between the Mexican holidays, so he doesn't have to go and fight. It says there, February 2026. Eubanks Jr., even if it's March, I'm not sure. I think he can fight Chris Eubanks Jr. I think the guys would be ready to turn it around, and I think that's a fantastic opponent, somebody that's beatable. And then, Drew, it says here October 2026. So these dates are flexible, obviously. You're going to throw me a curveball. I can see Canelo taking some time off and fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. Cinco de Mayo in the UK. And then fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. Or even here in Las Vegas. Fight Chris Eubanks Jr. here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, somewhere smaller, no pressure to sell it out. And then potentially face Bud Crawford one last time a year from today, or about a year from today, for the rematch and see if he can get past him. If he can't get past him, so be it, Throw me a curveball. What do you guys think? I appreciate it. Hit that like, guys. Let's get more people in here. Who do you guys in the chat think, too?
The UK fight is going to be against Hansa Shiraz.
Oh, my. For Canelo?
Yep.
I know they want that fight. I know that's what Turkey wants, man. But, I just think it's probably at this point going to be another loss for Canelo if he fights Shiraz. And
I think this is really something that if Canelo don't like the fight, he's not going to take it. And then I just don't see it. I see Turkey doing something real stupid. Like he even took WrestleMania in 2027 to Saudi Arabia. And it looks and here's the thing. He's trying to take everything from America.
It's ironically people were saying, agreeing with you, Drew. They said, this weekend he was on Monday night. Fonzie was there. That Turki Al Sheikh was at the Allegiant Stadium with NFL officials and Tom Brady. Tom Brady's coming out of retirement to play Olympic flag football for Turki Al Sheikh. Flag football.
What, for Saudi Arabia or the U.S.?
I have no idea, but I heard your boy Saquon Barkley signed up for it. He's all about it. He said, okay, I'll take the money. Yeah. That'd be interesting if Brady and Saquon are on the same team.
I look at it like this. He's taken a lot of a shit America does, and he's trying to take it away and take it to put it to Saudi Arabia. And like, I don't like none of it. I think that this is damaging to a market in America. And I think if we would look at this, keep buying them, keep illegal streaming it, guys. Just keep the illegal streaming it to fuck them over. Make them put it on free TV. Make them put it on Netflix. But I look at it like this, man. We have to do something about Turki Al Sheikh. And I had there was discussions going on today about the elephant in the room, Top Rank, where Top Rank could potentially end up at and everything. I heard some shit going around and everything. DAZN does not want to take Top Rank on because DAZN
That's sad.
DAZN does not want to take on another boxing promoter because they already have 3 of them that they do business with.
Man, just take them on. By the way, I put Santillan on the screen, Drew, because you told me about it.
Yeah, and another thing is we look at it as in, yeah, you're happy with Oscar, Frank, and Eddie doing business with them and everything. So, yeah, honestly, you don't want to take another promoter on because like every promoter has certain dates that you are giving them to make cards on their zone and everything. But then you got a rumor go, and I'm hearing that potentially Roku is thinking about taking a shot at boxing and put it on the Roku channel. And like, because how like people buy the Roku sticks, Roku TVs and everything and have Roku accounts, figured if you could put cards on Roku channel and everything, it will beef up the sales and you take a chance with it. But only if the price is right to have Top Rank be on the Roku channel.
Very interesting, Drew. Very interesting. Shout out to One Eyed Willie. You know what, Drew? I got a clip of that. Let's listen to this because I really can't believe Tom Brady's coming out of retirement to play this flag football.
And I can't wait to take the field next March. I'd now like to turn it over to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Thank you. Competition like we've never seen before, and my real training starts now, and I can't wait to take the field next March. I'd now like to turn it over to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh.
This announcement was made Monday.
It is a pleasure to have you in Riyadh, first of all. One of the most popular athletes around the world, a legend. This will be big to Riyadh season and beginning of big relationship, long relationship, and we have a lot of surprise. He will announce about it in the future soon. Thank you so much.
All right. By the way, that came from Sean Zattel's Twitter page. Shout out to Sean Zattel, who is a sideline reporter or whatnot. He has a role with the Las Vegas Raiders. So even if Dana White says Sean Zattel no more, called him an asshole. Sean Zattel's got he's got other work. He's got other work to do, Drew. Can't believe it. Flag football. It's actually a thing. Regarding the Canelo Alvarez fight, before we move on to football today, because obviously we got to get to some football talk, Drew. You mentioned some Top Rank issues. This was circulating. I put up the picture of Giovanni Santillan of San Diego. It looks like it's going to be the opponent for young Xander Zayas' first title defense. I don't know if that's going to be in New York or Puerto Rico, but it looks like that's the opponent. And also being talked about now, and I've been talking about, hey, I'd like to see this. Everybody laughed at me. Richard Torres is being looked at. Richard Torres, Olympic silver medalist from California, is being looked at as the potential next opponent for Moises Itama, Turki Al-Sheikh's favorite young heavyweight, an absolute beast. And we're going to find out if a guy who skipped the Olympics, if this fight comes true, we're going to see if the guy, Moises Itama, who never went to the Olympics, who's only 20 years old, can beat the guy who did the entire thing, the way you're supposed to have a boxing career, go to the Olympics and fight at the very highest level in Richard Torres. And they're both the same height. They're both about the same weight. They're both smaller heavyweights, in my opinion.
No, Moises Itama is 6'5".
Oh, is he? Then he's going to have a few inches, a couple inches on Richard Torres.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know why I always thought Moises Itama is shorter than like Richard Torres. But anyways, I think it's a great fight. And by the way, Moises Itama is ranked now #1. So, I think if Richard Torres was to upset him, Richard Torres could potentially be in line to fight the great Alexander Usyk. Not that it's going to happen. Not that I don't know if this fight will materialize or if Richard Torres has it in him to beat Moises Itama, who's a huge puncher.
I don't even think he lasts 3 rounds.
I think Torres loses that match, says Fonzie. Fonzie, whose restaurant did you go to? Because I know Emmett Smith has a restaurant at the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas, and people told me I got to go for the cheeseburger at happy hour. And I've become a bigger fan of Emmett Smith recently, Drew, because I'm watching still the rest of that Netflix TV documentary sports series on Jerry, his team, America's Team, which is, by the way, it's fantastic. I'm on episode 5 of 8, guys. Last bit of news regarding that. Canelo made $230 million in 2 fights. $115 million in 2 fights. That's unbelievable. No wonder he doesn't give a shit how he's performing. No wonder he doesn't give a... You know what, Drew? I saw the Netflix thing about him, and I'm just going to be flat out. I'm probably going to get hate from this from my Mexicanos band, but there's a part of me that feels that Canelo's out of touch with the general Mexican people. Like, I don't think, and I'm not speaking for all Mexicans, but if I lived in Mexico, I'm Mexican-American. If I lived in Mexico, I'd have a little bit of jealousy and hate and be like, you know what? He ain't really a man of the people. All he does is show off his fucking 15 exotic cars, his gated mansion behind the walls, constantly showing off his wealth, flexing that today I feel like buying $3 million in watches. I think he's out of touch, but that's just me. I think he's out of touch. You make $230 million in 2 fights, and that's probably the reason why he doesn't fight the way he used to fight, because it's easy money. He really doesn't care anymore if he wins or loses. Do you understand? You get what I'm saying, Drew? The motivation isn't there when you overpay an athlete.
Payday.
He needs to be motivated to beat somebody, whoever they put in front of him. And if they put Shiraz in front of him, it's not going to, I wouldn't even take that fight if I was Canelo, because if I was in his positions, I'm not sure that I would have the confidence. Here are the 3 guys that beat Canelo. Floyd Mayweather, early in Canelo's career. I was there that night. I always tell this story, guys. They didn't even have Uber in Las Vegas when I saw Floyd fight Canelo Alvarez at the MGM. It was incredible. It took me over an hour to catch a cab from the MGM Grand because there were so many celebrities, so many people out waiting at the valet to leave the MGM Grand. Wasn't even Uber. That's a long time ago. Crawford just did it, and of course, Dimitri Bivol. I don't think he ever beats those 3 guys. Floyd retired, but I don't think he ever beats those 3 guys. What do you guys think? Usyk will murder Torres, says Fonzie. What was that? Oh, there was one more thing, Drew. I wanted to talk about two more things in boxing before we move on to football. The WBC has ordered a rematch between Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez. They want an official rematch, and they wanted to make it for the WBC super middleweight interim title. This is really important. It's going to be 12 rounds, not 10. Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez. Lester Martinez says, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to show you guys I beat him in the 12-rounder. I think it was leading that way. It was only a 10-round fight. I think it was leading that way that Christian and Billy was starting to get broken down. If Bud Crawford vacates the belt, what happens to the winner of that? If Bud Crawford drops the belts,
they get one of the belts. They get the WBC belt.
They get to become the email champion, WBC email champion.
But here's the thing. Here's a thing I want to say. I'm on Instagram, and I was looking at the WBC page, and they had like a list of the champions and rankings and everything, interim champions. It seems like Demetrius Bivol has been stripped of the WBC light heavyweight title, and David Benavidez has been elevated for champion.
When did this happen? Just now?
I saw it tonight.
Come on, I got to look for the WBC. All right, Drew, breaking news. He thinks he's seen it on Instagram that David Benavidez has been elevated to light heavyweight champion. Dimitri Bivol just had major shoulder surgery. He's in recovery. He does not look good. He's physically weak. I seen that, but he says he's going to get back in shape. It could be, Drew, that they made him champion in recess and elevated. I don't know how it works. I don't know. Let's just be real. WBC is Mexican, and they love David Benavidez, and they're going to favor David Benavidez. They are working actively to have those two guys fight sometime next year. So there it is, the rematch in Billy versus Martinez. The winner will be the WBC super middleweight champion. And if Terrence Crawford does what I want him to do, which is drop those titles and move down to middleweight and just beat one of the middleweight champs, Bud Crawford will be a champion in 6 divisions. Only people like Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao and a few other have done that remarkable thing. I think it would be just one more trophy to add to the amazing list of accolades. Great to see you, Art Bustamante. Appreciate you. He says it's hard to wake up to train at 6 a.m. when you're sleeping on silk sheets. Marvin Hagler, LOL. That's one of his famous quotes. Right? I appreciate you being in here. Good to see you, Wiley. One last bit thing. This was a sad week for a lot of people, big sports fans. Ricky Hatton, great fighter. Fought Manny Pacquiao, fought Floyd Mayweather, beat the crap out of Costa Tszyu, Tim Tszyu's father. I remember watching that fight with my wife's grandparents. And beat up Paulie. Shout out to Paulie. His son is just kind of at a crossroads with his own career, Campbell Hatton, whether or not he's going to continue fighting. He says, heartbroken isn't the word everybody has always said. I was your double and never a truer word said. Looked up to you in every aspect of life. I can't explain how much I'm going to miss the laughs we had and all good times, which I remember forever. Just can't believe we won't have any more. I love you, Dad. Heartbreaking that Ricky Hatton, according to reports, took his own life, suicide, whatever the mental health issues he was struggling with. I personally think there's a lot that they need to investigate with CTE damage affecting athletes' mental health later on. We've seen it in football, and we see it in the sport of boxing all the time, guys. Who's ready to talk some football? You ready to talk football? 49ers versus the Cardinals, the Bird Gang. Where's the Bird Gang at, man? Where's that F Donuts at, man? Where's my Bird Gang people, man? Drew, I was pissed. I seen this week, man. This makes me more motivated for the Niners to beat out of the Cardinals. This fool, Kyler Murray, sporting a Michael Vick jersey with his pit bull. I mean, he's so young. Does he not realize what Michael Vick did to all those dogs? This isn't even funny. This isn't cute. And I happen to like Kyler Murray as a quarterback. I think he's quite explosive. His run, there's a lot I like about him as a quarterback. But this person, I don't know what you were up to with this, man. This isn't even funny. This isn't even remotely funny, especially for all those people that like the pit bull breed. What Michael Vick did to those pit bulls was absolutely disgusting, and that was straight up animal abuse. You're like, what are you saying with this? What are you saying? That you support animal abuse? You support fighting dogs? Like, come on, man. This was a bad look. That's just me. I don't like it. 2-0, Drew. I'm gonna put up the teams really quickly. I started the show. Who is the most surprising 2-0 team to start off the NFL season? Got Cardinals. You got Buffalo Bills, who are probably winning the game right now as we speak. The Bengals, Green Bay.
They won 31-21.
3-0. Shout out to the Bills. Shout out to Bills Mafia. Green Bay played a great game last week. Colts. That's probably going to be my pick. Chargers, I can see it. Okay, I can see that. The Rams. Oh, I hate the Rams. Sorry, guys. Eagles, I'm not surprised. But I think Drew's going to pick my team. Who is the most surprising team that's undefeated?
The Indianapolis Colts. With Daniel Jones as starting quarterback.
Milagro. You know what that means, Drew? It means miracle. I'm surprised you didn't throw shade on my team, the 49ers, who won their second game with Mac Jones, the backup quarterback, who took their team, by the way, guys. Mac Jones took his team as a rookie to the playoffs. I'm surprised. I agree with you, Drew. The Indianapolis Colts do not belong on this list. One-Eyed Willie says the Colts are fool's gold. 49ers shockingly started, and this is the hottest division in football right now, is the NFC West. And this is why I need you to beat the LA Rams this weekend, Drew, because if I can get past, that's like I'm the 49ers. If my team can get past the Bird Gang in Santa Clara, California this Sunday at 1 p.m., the 49ers will begin the season at 3-0, something they have not done, something they desperately need to do. And the Cardinals will fall to 2-1. And I'm going to say right now, I predict the Eagles will beat the Rams in a very close game. A lot of people think this game could be the Rams' opportunity to beat the Phillies. They say they almost beat you in the playoffs, NFC playoffs last year. They're playing great ball. Let's start with them, guys. Let's go to DraftKings.com and pick some winners and losers for this week. Let me get my DraftKings up. Sunday morning, the Eagles play the LA Rams, and you guys are favored. Let's see, a negative 105 favorite. Wait, what is this? Is this correct? Can't be. How are you guys? What is this? 105? Let me get this different. You guys are favored, right, Drew?
Yeah, but it's a 2.5 point favorite.
I think they got it here at 3.5. Nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and write this down. I'm going to get to first official ledger. Drew versus Dave picks. We'll see who goes higher next week. 17 games. Eagles versus Rams. You taking the Eagles to cover the spread?
Yeah, I'm trying to take the Eagles to cover the spread. I think they win by a touchdown, at least.
All right.
I think here's the thing: 3 games last year versus actually it was 2 regular season. 2 games last year with against the Rams. Saquon Barkley ran for over 500 yards.
All right. Okay, now I got it right here. The spread. All right. Eagles are favored negative 185. If you bet $100, you will win $154 for betting on the LA Rams. I'm going to take the money line on that, Drew. Philadelphia Eagles. We both agree Eagles, right?
Yep.
Any Rams fans in the house that think they will overcome Drew's team? One of the best defenses. By the way, I think you guys power rankings this week. Just to remind everybody, power rankings week 3. Where you at, power rankings? Number 1, ESPN. According to ESPN, it's Buffalo Bills, who are now 3-0, Drew, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0. You guys are in number 2. All right. Let's go down the list here of DraftKings like we did last year. Let's go to the next game. Let's start off with Green Bay Packers versus the Cleveland Browns, Drew. The money line. Green Bay Packers, obviously the Cleveland Browns are ranked way down in the power rankings. They are a negative 500 favorite. I'm going with Green Bay Packers.
I'm going with the Packers with the spread.
Packers with the spread for Drew. All right. Shout out to Miguelito. Where's Miguelito at? Art Bustamante says, bang, bang, since 1981. Have you watched? Look at, is that a Niners hat? Oh, hells yeah. Hells yeah, Art. Have you been watching that Netflix special with Jerry, America's Team? Man, the 49ers, incredible to watch those 49ers games that I remember being a child at a Candlestick. I didn't get to be there personally, but I got to watch them and just remembering how awful of a stadium Candlestick was for those 1990s showdowns we had with the Dallas Cowboys. It's great reliving those moments.
The last episode of that documentary.
I didn't see it.
Is Jerry Jones showing everybody where he found his first glory hole at.
I gotta watch it. I gotta see which.
I got Jerry Jones memes saved on my phone. I can send them and they say, "Where's my glory hole? Somebody find me a glory hole." And like the picture of him and the young girl that he was like cheating on his wife with.
You know, the Cowboys had a whorehouse when I think it was the wide receiver. He had set up a whorehouse for the players to have sex with the women, I guess, that the groupies. Anyways, I just found this clip here, guys. KNBR, shout out to them in the Bay Area. Steve Young legendary quarterback, says there's no better place in the NFL to be a quarterback than in Kyle Shanahan's system. Technically, situationally, you can go after Kyle a little bit, but you cannot. He's just the best at getting people prepared to play quarterback. Shout out to Mac Jones, man. My cousin said that Mac Jones was good. I didn't know Mac Jones would play that great coming in to take, Purdy's place, guys. Purdy, Drew, you heard the news. I barely know about this, but turf toe. Joe Burrows, reportedly it's so bad he probably needs surgery. Turf toe for Joe Burrows has him out for potentially the rest of the year. The rest of the years, man. Moving on to the next game, we got, I got this here right here. Let's look at this sheet here. I'm all over the place on this one here. Let's go with New York Jets versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is easy. Buccaneers, a negative 325 favorite, plus 260 for the Jets, Drew. I'm going with Baker Mayfield on this one.
Tampa with the spread.
Buccaneers. All right, so far we're in agreement on everything. What do you guys think? Put it down in the chat. All right, next game here. We talked about LA Rams. We did the Green Bay Packers. Atlanta Falcons versus Carolina Panthers. Not too excited about this game. I don't think Carolina Panthers win this game either. They are a plus 180 favorite, Drew. Atlanta Falcons money line is a negative 218. The spread, you like the spread bets. It's negative 5.5 points for Atlanta. Do they cover the spread? Are you going with the spread or the money line?
Money line Atlanta.
Atlanta. All right. Fonzie says the Buccaneers. All right. Okay. Next game after that, let's go. Oh, surprisingly, 2-0 against an awful team in the Tennessee Titans, almost ranked dead last. One-Eyed Willie says Falcons. I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts. They're a negative 205 money line favorite and a negative 4.5 on the spread. I feel like these are so easy to call this week. What about you, Drew?
Who are they playing?
Indianapolis Colts are playing the Tennessee Titans, and I swear they were dead last. Like they're in the last 3 or 4 teams' power rankings this week.
I'm going to take the spread with Indianapolis.
Spread Indianapolis. They need to cover 4.5 points. We're both going Colts. All right. Let's go back to Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders. Boy, do they catch a break. 1-1 Raiders got outclassed this Monday night. Absolutely got outclassed by the Chargers. But they got a break this weekend because technically Washington Commanders are ranked really, really high. But Jaden Daniels is out. Marcus Mariota, former Hawaii College quarterback, former Raiders. Marcus Mariota coming in to fill in for Jaden Daniels. Dude, the Raiders got a chance. I feel like, I don't know if Marcus Mariota is as good as Mac Jones coming in as a replacement for the 49ers. I feel like they might got a chance here, Drew. I'm going to just say upset potential. There's a lot that the Raiders didn't do too well, Drew. Did you watch Gianti play? The young running back on Monday night, maybe the highlights?
Yeah.
He's not reading the blitz very well. And Geno Smith, he looked quite bad last weekend, guys. Let me know what you guys think, but I'm feeling an upset here. Paul M says Raiders. I'm going with the upset. This might be where Drew beats me. Who are you going with? Raiders or Commanders?
I'm going with the Raiders.
Raiders to beat the Commanders, man. That would be a good win for the Raiders to turn this ship around early in the season. They'd improve to 2-1. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. And like I said earlier, guys, I got to speak to my stepdad. They are in Boston. I never thought my mom and dad would go to Boston. They wanted to see Boston, and they said they're having a great time. They had Italian food tonight, guys. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Patriots, Drew. The Steelers are a negative 125 favorite. I don't like New England's chances, but what say you?
I'm picking New England with the spread.
New England. All right, here's where we differ again. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. Paul M.S. says Patriots and Steelers for One-Eyed Willie. And R. Bustamante says the Raiders are still searching for their identity. I agree. They are. I'm not giving up on them quite yet, though. Geno Smith needs to make some pretty good adjustments. Shout out to 702 Man Cave. He also says Steelers here. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Minnesota Vikings. I have not talked to my good friend, Minnesota Vikings fan, Speech Impediment Man, who, by the way, Drew Speech, who hasn't been on our show in a very long time, big Vikings fan. He's the one that told me about that restaurant. There's a vlog, guys. There's a vlog on my channel, the Blue Ox Sports Bar here in Las Vegas on Sahara. One of my favorite cheeseburgers. It's only $14. You know that? You know there's places in Vegas charging $25 for a freaking cheeseburger? Like 14's about as much as I'll spend, and they make man, their wings and their burgers, man. For real, man. I just got sad, man. I forgot. I had eaten there with somebody, a good friend that passed away at Blue Ox. I just got sad there real quick, guys. All right. Cincinnati Bengals plus 136 underdog, negative 162 for the Minnesota Vikings. Drew, I kind of feel like the Bengals are going to win this one.
Yeah, they both got backup quarterbacks in. Carson Wentz is getting a start for the Vikings. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna make a prediction here.
All right.
I believe Carson Wentz is going to keep that job the rest of the year.
Really? By the way, Carson Wentz makes his, seventh start with the 7th team? 7 teams?
Yeah. I think he's going to actually keep that job. And I think they might give him the keys permanently if he does good. I'm going with the Vikings to cover the spread.
Yeah, Vikings had a great season last year. They had the backup quarterback from the 49ers take the reins and take them to the playoffs. They had a great season. I'm going to go with Vikings. Welts getting the job done, even though at first I was kind of doubting him. What do you guys think? Carson Welts taking over the helms at the Minnesota Vikings. Houston Texans versus the Jackson Jaguars. What's the record of the Texans again? Are they having a bad start or are they having a 2-0 start?
0-2.
Yeah. What's going on over there?
Losing close games.
I mean, are they looking for their identity or, they're just not playing up to...
Not playing up to potential.
Damn. This is a team that should get past the Jaguars. They're the underdog here. This is sad. Houston Texans starting the season 0-3 is just as bad as the Chiefs going 0-3 to start. Honestly.
I'm picking the Texans with the money line.
You going for the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another guy that doesn't call into our show too much often, Johnny Savage, the big Jackson Jaguars fan. Sorry, Johnny, I'm going with the Texans to break their unlucky streak here. Texans, we're both in agreement here. They will not go 0-3. I definitely don't think the Chiefs are going 0-3. All right, the New Orleans Saints put up a good scrap against the 49ers this past weekend. And here's another team that I need to root for. I cannot let the Seahawks improve to 2-1. I need the Seahawks to lose to the New Orleans Saints. There was some stuff I liked about the Saints, but in the clutch situations, they just could not get it done. They are the underdog, plus 295 against the Seahawks. I don't know, man. I need them to lose, so I'm going with New Orleans Saints to beat the Seahawks. I'll probably lose. Drew?
Taking Seahawks with the spread.
Saints, Seahawks. Do you guys have the Seahawks improving to 2-1? If the 49ers lose, we'll be tied with the Seahawks. It's a very competitive NFC West. All right. Where's all my San Diego peeps at? Los Angeles Chargers, Harbaugh, Herbert, Denver Broncos. This should be one of the better games on Sunday, and it's exactly at the same time as the 49ers game, Drew. Chargers, a negative 155 favorite. Denver Broncos. Can they pull off an upset? Can Denver Broncos get it done?
Where's the game at?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Any Chargers fans? Fonzie, you still in here? Are you guys playing at home? Yeah. The spread is plus 2.5 for Denver Broncos. Chargers need to cover 2.5 points. We got Paul M says Broncos. Yeah, guys, hit that like. It helps let everybody know we're back to picking football games on Thursday night. Anybody know where this game is at? Let me open up a window because that means Chargers versus, because the Seahawks. Everybody knows that the Seahawks stadium is, where's this game at? Come on, where's the game at? All right, it's in Los Angeles, so the noise will not be that much of a factor, Drew. How do you have this game?
Probably take the Chargers.
Damn, Chargers improve. Chargers improved to 3-0. I was just tripping. I thought I said Chargers versus Seahawks, but no, this Broncos Stadium. Chargers. 702 Man Cave says in LA like the Chargers. All right. Moving down along here, guys, really quickly, we'll look at that week 3 chart in case you want to fill in your sheet there. Speaking of 702 Man Cave, next up to bat, Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. The Dallas Cowboys, unbelievable, come from behind to go into overtime and win that game. I thought, Drew, you were saying that they'd be 0-5, but they showed some guts at the end of last week's game, winning. And I like their chances of beating the Chicago Bears. I think they beat them. They are -118 favorite.
I'm picking the Bears at home.
Bears at home. I really believe in momentum, especially in football, because momentum carries that confidence you need. Paul M says the Bears. Bears get their first win. SB says they play here at SoFi. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with them boys to improve to 2-1. That might be another upset for me of the week. This leads us to the most important game at 1 o'clock, 1:25 p.m. Santa Clara, California. Battle of the 2-0 teams, NFC West. We're talking about Kyler Murray, who's been running the ball really good, Drew. But there's a lot of things wrong with the Cardinals this weekend. 3 of their cornerbacks are injured. And 49ers, whether it's Mac Jones or Purdy, it's most likely going to be Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a tremendous game passing last week. 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, a 113 rating. Fred Warner, Defensive Player of the Week. Bosa had a sack in each of the 2 games, Drew. I'm not saying the Cardinals aren't playing strong ball. Their defense is playing remarkably well, holding their teams to under 23 points in the first 2 games. But they got 3 of their top cornerbacks injured. We got Jennings ready to play. We have Pearsall playing. Tongas is our tight end that's been playing for George Kittle, and he's already got a touchdown. You got Christian McCaffrey catching touchdowns. This could be a very close, tough, hard-fought game. The 49ers are favored -162, +136. This is a home game for the 49ers. 702 Man Cave, thank you very much. He says Niners. Paul M says Niners. One-Eyed Willie says Cardinals. What does Drew Evo say? Drum roll. I need to get a drum roll sound effect.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
How'd I know? Somewhere in the back, my wife's saying, I told you so.
I really think the Cardinals are going to be sneaky good. And I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this.
What? Fozzie says, Shusha, I remember when we were walking the strip and I stepped on something sticky. We thought it was poop. And when we looked, it was a cowboy sticker. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what I did last weekend, Fonzie. I've got the worst short. But I will remember this. Kyler Murray is a piece of trash for taking this picture and posting it on his social media. I'm not going to forget this, man. This isn't funny. Michael Vick and you got your brown nosed pit bull here. It's a very good looking dog, man. You would not fight your dog. If you love your dog, you would not fight your dog. You wouldn't be wearing this Vick. Like, oh, yeah, look, Michael Vick. Anyways, I got the 49ers improving to 3-0 under Mac Jones. I know Purdy today said he wants to play, but he's got that turf toe, and it's not going to happen. Cardinals pass rush will disrupt Jones. It's very possible. They are playing really, really good defense. I will say that. Cardinals in the power rankings, if you're interested, the 49ers finally breaking through. Had a horrific season last year, Drew. I think almost everybody has the 49ers at 12 in the power rankings and Cardinals right behind them at 13. So we do disagree there. I think with the cornerback situation, they're just going to be able to maybe have their way with them. Let's see. We're going to find out, guys. Fred Warner hits Murray and doesn't return, LOL. Fred Warner having an incredible game last week, and as well as Boza, and a shout out to the new player that D Winters is just playing incredibly with Boza and Fred Warner there. Moving on to the next game, Kansas City Chiefs trying desperately not to embarrass themselves and go 0-3. Drew, what did you make? Did you make what's her name cry? Our friend here on the channel. Did you make her cry when Kelsey? I seen Kelsey look like he was going to cry last week against your team.
And I think she went radio silent.
Kelsey looked like he was going to oh my God. He looked absolutely like he was going to cry, man. He's so frustrated with his team. Heavy favorite to beat the god-awful New York Giants, -325. This is easy for me. I cannot see the Chiefs getting any worse. I got the Chiefs. What do you got, Drew?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. Like, too many penalties last week killed the Giants. And, like, I don't know if you come back, if you go have another week of success like you did against Arizona.
Travis Swift. Chiefs are going to go 0-3. Paul M. always, hey, I'm over Taylor Swift next game. But this brings us to next Monday, September 22nd. Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens. When those two teams, oh man, it's always two worlds collide. Detroit Lions have been starting off. Amon? What's his name? Amon? Oh man, he's been having an incredible game. Jared Goff had 5 touchdowns last week, something crazy. The Ravens are the favorite here, though. -230 favorite for Monday Night Football next week, Drew. Who you got? Tell you right now. Who you got? Ravens, Monday Night Football.
I'm going to go Ravens.
Ravens are ranked number 4. Detroit Lions ranked number 5. Both teams 1-1. Last week the Ravens beat the brakes off the Browns. Lamar Jackson is still a favorite for NFL MVP this year. And okay, Jared Goff just had a remarkable game last week. We got a lot of people in here saying Ravens. We got Paul M saying Lions. So we're split here, Drew. I'm going with the Bay Area kid, Jared Goff of the Lions. Drew's got the Ravens. And we are almost done here, guys. Let's take a look, Drew. All right, Buffalo improves. They're now 3-0. Drew picked Atlanta. We both picked Green Bay. Houston versus Jacksonville. We missed this game, Drew. Or to Drew. Jacksonville or Houston?
I'm trying. Oh,
no, we did that. My bad. Texans. We both picked the Texans. My bad. Seahawks versus the Saints. I'm going with the Saints. Drew picked the Seahawks. Chargers versus, let's see, we both picked the Chargers on this one. Bears versus Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys. Drew's got the Cardinals. I'm going with Niners. Chiefs. Both of us agree the Chiefs will improve. And we're split for next Monday Night Football, Ravens versus the Lions. Well, Drew, I apologize, man. I know it's midnight and you got to go to work tomorrow. I thank everybody that was here for our second show this week. 9 o'clock on the West Coast, midnight where Drew is at, man. Drew, I'll let you get to go. Let you get to bed, man. But a great show, guys. Let me know in the comments section how you think this Thursday Night Football Picks show could improve. This is now our third year doing it. I'll be watching boxing this weekend. If you're interested, Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno sister, will be the headliner in a fight where she's fighting a Canadian girl, Drew, at the very last minute. And Puerto Rican star from New Jersey, Calazo. Those are some pretty good guns for a guy that weighs 108 pounds. He is fighting on the same card, Golden Boy Boxing. He is trying to become the first Puerto Rican undisputed champion. He's on his way, Drew. 108 pounds.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Drew. Any final words?
Go Eagles.
Go who? Go Eagles. Yep. I need you to beat them. I need you to beat that team, guys. We'll be back on Monday night. Until then, everybody have a blessed weekend. Peace.